Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Wii Setup video. Once you receive your Wii and you've unpacked it, you are going to receive your cables, your power cable, your AV cable, or composite cable, and your sensor bar. If you purchased a console with controllers, you'll also be receiving your controller and your nunchuck. We'll be going over how to sync this to the Wii in a minute. Your Wii has been factory reset, so you're going to have to set it up like a new console. On the back of your Nintendo Wii, you have your power port, your AV port, and your sensor bar port. The three cables that came with your Wii will plug into these ports. You start with your AV cable connector. This is a keyed connector and only goes in one way. The end of your cable is shaped here, just like it is here, and that simply plugs in. You'll then next plug in your power connector, which is also keyed with the cutout right there, and that will plug in as well. And then you will plug in your sensor bar. Once you have done so, you are now ready to turn on your TV, turn it to the input, and turn on your Wii. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my cables just so I can flip the console up and show you guys the buttons on the front. On the front of your Nintendo Wii, you have three buttons. You have your power button, your reset button, and your eject button. If you've bought a pre-owned console, it's important to test all of these buttons. When you press these buttons, you should get a feedback click, if you can hear it in the video. All those buttons should make a feedback click. You have one more button that you may not know about, and that is the sync button. It is behind this front panel cover right here. And that is your sync button. This is how you connect the controllers to your Nintendo Wii console when you turn it on for the first time. We can close this front door now, and you can go ahead and turn on your Wii, change your input on your TV. Setup on the Nintendo Wii is pretty straightforward. If you are buying just a replacement console with cables or just a replacement console and you forgot how to sync your controllers, you need to open up the back of your controller, and this is for any third-party or Nintendo OEM brand controller. You need to take the battery cover off, and then on the inside is going to be the sync button. Insert your batteries in properly. There's symbols, plus and minus. Turn your controller over, don't hit the sync button yet, and make sure that the lights on the front of your controller light up when you press a button. In some situations, if your controller has been cleaned or the contacts have been cleaned, there is a possibility that a contact cleaner has dried on the contacts and the batteries won't make a real good connection, and when you press the button they won't blink. In this situation, a good troubleshooting tip is to press and depress these spring contacts 5 times. Put your batteries back in and spin them a couple times. Once you've verified your batteries are in properly and when you press a button the lights blink, you can go ahead and press the sync button on the front of your Wii while it is on, and then press the sync button on your controller. The lights will blink until the controller has synced, and you are now ready to proceed with your Wii setup. Now that you've plugged in your Nintendo Wii and you have your TV on the correct input, you can begin setting up your Nintendo Wii. You've synced your controller and you're ready to go. Please place your sensor bar either below or above your TV. Below is where we prefer it, and stand at least 6 feet back. Press the A button on your Nintendo Wii console and you will hear the tone. Just follow the steps to proceed. Select your language. Choose whether your sensor bar is below or above your TV. Ours is below. Now you pick your date. Now we're not going to choose today's date, but you will do so. And set your time. We are not going to set the time, but you will do so. You simply do so by using the arrows. Now most people are going to have a widescreen TV, so you want to choose the widescreen option. If you have an older TV that is, we're going to call it square, but it is a 4:3 ratio, you will select that. We are choosing widescreen because we have a widescreen TV, and we're going to continue. To name your console. Now you will select your country of residence and press OK to continue. You're going to click OK. Screen burn-in pass. To go past, press A, Wii main menu. From here, you may insert your disc in your Nintendo Wii. If your Wii is lying down, the label goes up. Your Wii will take the disc, and up here, in the top left-hand corner, is where the game will show up once it loads. You may click the game title and start your game and begin playing. If you purchased your console from us and you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us through your transaction. We are always happy to answer any questions you may have. If you are just watching this video because you purchased a Wii and you needed to know how to plug it in and set it up, you can leave a question for us in the comments below and we'll be happy to try to answer for you. Alright, if you received a controller and a nunchuck and you are playing a game that requires a nunchuck, the nunchuck is super simple to set up. It just plugs into the bottom of the controller here, and that is it. And now I'm going to go over a few other connection options you have. The Wii has the capability to output at 480p. You can do widescreen and get a better quality picture and resolution with some other cable options. A few options you have are the Wii to HDMI adapter or a component cable. The difference between all three connections, this is the standard cable that came with the Nintendo Wii. This is a composite cable, the yellow, the red, and the white. Video, and then left and right audios. The component cable gives you your left and right audios, but then gives you your red, green, and blue, your RGB connections, which will give you the ability to output at 480p. This plugs directly into the back of the Wii just like a standard cable. The Wii to HDMI adapter gives you a digital conversion output in a very small form factor, and these are available at many places. We sell the component cables. I'll leave a link below where you can click to see our listing of component cables. I do not sell the Wii to HDMI adapters, but they're readily available on Amazon and many other places. And it's a very simple, plug this into the back where your cable goes. And this gives you an HDMI output that allows you to get a digital 480p signal to your TV. Now, I recommend for any TV that has a component cable option to use your component cables. To purchase a component cable and use these over the conversion. Now, these are not bad, but they are also known to fail and not always work 100% properly. I've had very good success with them though, so if you have a TV that is HDMI only, you can use that. The standard native connection for the Nintendo Wii is going to be its standard composite cable. You should have, I'm going to grab a TV here real quick and show you guys. Let me move the Wii out of the way here. Back, a lot of them have multiple ways to connect the older cables, and without actually having the red, the yellow, and the white. Now, let me get this in the video clearly for you here. Alright, so if you see here, we have green, blue, red, yellow. I'm sorry, green, blue, red, white, and red. I know my colors. This is a component input. As you see, there is no yellow connector on the back of this TV. On the side of my TV over here, I have HDMI inputs. But you may buy a Wii and get a cable like this with it and be very confused how this plugs in. A lot of TVs, your green port here doubles as the yellow cord, as the yellow input. So you would simply just plug your yellow into the green and your red into the far red and white into the far white. Or if it's vertical on your TV, it would be red, white, and then green. You'll have to look because all TVs are different. Now, a lot of newer TVs, the component, the red, the green, and the blue, some TVs, I say newer TVs, but some TVs, their green will not double as the yellow. And the TV would have come with an adapter. I have one here to show you. And it looks like this. It's got this headphone jack look on the one end, and then on the other end, it has your yellow, red, and white. And your TV will have what looks like a headphone jack output. Now, this is actually a headphone jack output on this TV, but that's because my green here doubles as yellow output for me. But you will have a headphone jack output, and on it, it will say AV output. And you simply just plug this into that AV output, and that gives you your yellow, red, and white. All right, that's going to be it for the video today, guys. If you have any questions, again, please comment below.